Holy crap, it's only August and the top 15 Belgian player video is already releasing. Surely there's no way this will be delayed until November.
Starting off the list this year is none other than Dabo. The powerhouse from Limburg has secured his spot on the Belgian top 15 for the 5th year in a row now, albeit with a bit of a fallback in position. This, however, does not come completely unexpected, as he has more responsibilities outside of the game since this year, one of them being actual work. This has led to a decrease in playtime and thus less noticeable activity. He has still gotten some noticeable achievements, of course, like a 600 PP choke on Tatsugeki Rock and a 3rd place finish in this year's iteration of OBTT. Hopefully Dabo continues to enjoy the game in his free time while he's still can.
Ranked 14 in this year's voting, Uyaz is a name familiar to most in the OCBE community. He began 2023 as a flow aim speed player because his subpar mouse held him back from hitting any big patterns. However, this setback didn't limit his performance as he surged from 6k PP to 9k PP, gaining impressive 500 PP plays along the way, despite starting the year with only 2 400 PP plays. Then, in December, a game-changing mouse upgrade propelled him into the speed aim realm he so longed for. Heck, he even won OBTT with hexi as a support. With no plans to stop anytime soon, Uyaz's continuous improvement promises an exciting journey ahead in 2024.
Once again, we see a familiar face in the top 15 of the Belgian Players of the Year, and it's one of the best hidden hard rock players to have touched the game. Of course, we are talking about Kyzzo, or who some would call the GOAT of AK. Kyzzo started this year off hot, setting his new personal best, and my heart will go on with hidden hard rock, being worth 679 PP. Unfortunately, after that score, he needed to take a break due to personal reasons and quit the game for a while, until September. From that point on, he grinded his skill back, which ended up going well. Since then, he has been setting numerous hidden hard rock plays once again, rivaling other top tier hidden hard rock players once again for number 1s on maps. It remains to be seen how his grind back to the top will progress during the next year.
Can't even FC is his name, and despite that, he has shown quite confidently that he can in fact FC maps. For the first time getting in the Belgian top 15 video, placed 12th even, he has done so with a record of consistent achievements. Starting off the year, he had a grand total of 0 500s, only one 499 PP play on first storm. But then in January, he got his first 500 on Guitar Tokodokto Aoshi, with many more crazy scores following in the year, like a 99.91% FC on Sing Alive worth 550 PP. I think we can all agree he has some crazy potential that could be unlocked with a better mindset. I'll be praying for a future where we get to see his real peak.
Coming in at the 11th place this year is Ramfie. the hard rock player from Limburg thus makes his second appearance in the top 15. Ramfie started the year off strong in terms of tourney participation, but this quickly led to a burnout and ultimately a break from the game. However, after a month or two, the grind needed to start again since BOC and OWC were coming up on the horizon. The training paid off, making his way to the finals in BOC, securing a spot on the OWC team and multiple new high PP plays, like his Carmination's HRFC, Guilty All the Same 2x100 FC, and his first 500 PP play on Suikyu Heaven. Although Ramfie has already stated that he won't be playing much anymore due to his hand issues, we still hope to see him pop off when he logs on to click some circles.
Opening up the top 10 this year is Meersu. Making his 5th appearance in the Belgian top 15, Meersu decided that 2023 was a year of change. He switched his main finger from index to middle, leading to an insane improvement and good overall tourney performances in the second half of the year. Thanks to this, he also managed to claim his spot on both the Belgian 4WC and OWC teams for 2023. Notable scores include a 96% stylebreak S rank on Flux with Hard Rock, a Hard Rock pop-off on Gong, and a blimp top div Hard Rock FC as well as a DTFC on the Insane div. Meersu has already continued to pop off in 2024, and he definitely isn't done yet.
Loriax is a player that shouldn't need any explanation of what he's capable of, especially because of what he managed to pull off this year, which earned him the 9th spot on this listing. Pushing his aim to the limit on 9-star maps, together with getting a Wooting keyboard. You know this is a recipe for something great. In 2023, Loriax achieved his first 600 PV play without DT, FCing the top div of Glory Days. He also got a tragic one-slider break choke on the load version of Undercover Martin, showcasing his insane aim control. Tourney-wise, he performed really well in PNK, especially in the quarterfinals and semifinals round, carrying the Wallonia A team to a top 12 finish. Loriax is someone that can rival Belgium's best and really deserves to be called one of them. His skill ceiling has long not been reached, so there is no doubt that we will see him even stronger next year, and I hope that he will show us the way to interior peace, because the interior peace is the only way.
Spodai, formerly known as Friendly Spy, has been on an absolute tear in 2023. This has landed him at number 8 as voted by the community. Spodai has improved his flow aim and tapping skills tremendously, which allowed him to finally set 600 PP plays. He achieved this first with a choke on Glory Days, and 4 days later with an FC on Dawn of the Dragon Star, and later in October an FC on A Voice in the Dark. All this and more has allowed him to reach a total of 11 KPP, which made him top 10 in Belgium and top 2000 globally. Apart from PP, Spodai has hosted his annual Donut Asa Hit Circle tournament, which is his first batch tournament, and also released his first skin. Furthermore, he won the Benelux draft tournament, and he also sadly choked 700 PP with Cry Thunder and Thunderstorm. All in all, I am very excited to see what Spodai can bring in the future.
Despite being inseparable with the hidden modification, we all know Yoshi is quite the opposite of a hidden gem in the Belgian Osu scene, finding himself on the 7th spot of this year's listing. Doubling in some DT and refining his already amazing skills is what he kept himself busy with this year, which resulted in him finally getting a new top play and his first 600 on top of that with a hidden hard rock play on the new Scarlet Rose map set. And 3 days later, he choked a 700 on core hidden hard rock, which is now his second top play. After a long tournament break, Yoshi entered the scene again with a lot of great performances like we expect from him, most notably placing third in Soik's autumn tournament. We'll all be waiting in grave anticipation for how he'll show off in next year's BOC now that he's been freed from the chains of hosting. The competition will grow ever fiercer, with this player entering the tournament again after 2 long years.
Another familiar face shows itself on this Belgian ranking list, our beloved MetaBee. While this year might not have been that all too eventful in his eyes, his performance really shows otherwise. He's mostly known for his no-mod consistency and high accuracy plays on some of the hardest no-mod maps there are, but he has also always been someone who performs in tournaments, as he showed this year. Joining our very own Belgium Osu Cup, he had quite a good run, only getting bested by Belgium's best. No one could put up against them except for 2 others in this list, and Ramfie, who B won a close match against. In solo, he hasn't let up either though, getting a new top play as a 99.77% FC on Road of Resistance, the Monstrata map, and an almost 700 PP choke on Judgment Day Has Come. All that together with more scores like a 99.41% DT FC on Love Bomb, top diff, and a neat global #1 on Biscuit Funk. Who knew that this man could perform in tournaments by just getting rid of the Earthquake aim which has been holding him back for years? Surely he'll be able to keep this up and keep impressing us in the year to come.
Finally, here he is, our beast, iblue, coming in hot as number 5. iblue's 2023 started off strong with a new top play in January, after which another one followed in March. Crazy scores kept coming left and right, but as God always gives the toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, iblue's PC died in the middle of the year. But that wouldn't hold him back, as he came back after a few months, putting up nice performances for the Belgian OWC team. Some notable plays include HDTT FCs on both slow motion map sets, a sidetrack day short version HRFC, and an insane DTFC on Say Base Papapa's insane difficulty. Try saying that 10 times in a row. With the new rig he built in December, we all know this man is, or rather was, ready for an even better 2024.
What an optimistic outcome, seeing our grandpa Optimism still well and kicking on place 4 of this year's ranking. Just like the previous year, his improvement and performance are very representative of his now 2nd place rank in our country's leaderboard. This year, his speed was put into the next gear by him pushing his 210 to 220 BPM streaming ability into his comfort zone, followed by him pushing a lot of other skill sets, which he was able to after fine-tuning his alternating, with all of this culminating into him eating very well in terms of PP gains over the year. He gained a ton of new plays after learning Hard Rock Flow Aim, achieving scores under which a 752 PP Hard Rock play on Snow Nino's map set of Sidetrack Day with an insane 99.82% accuracy, rivaled by absolutely no one. Also a very noteworthy 98.52% act play on The Sun, the Moon, the Stars worth 508 PP. I mean, this man stands in a league of his own, unafraid to flaunt his unparalleled powers, a legacy he will undoubtedly continue to forge and capitalize on for years to come.
After a tumultuous 2023, Hanori ends up on the 3rd spot on this year's list. The year started off with Hanori finally turning off Score V2 and setting multiple new top lanes with various mods and skill sets. These scores include a 643 PP play on Benzo with Hidden, a Nomad FC on Burn This Moment into the Retina of My Eye for 554 PP, and a 548 PP play on Tome Elegy with Hard Rock. By the time we were in the middle of February, he had a completely new top 5 PP plays list. After a short break, thanks to a tablet switch, but primarily some personal stuff he had to tend to IRL, he returned. After this, however, he still managed to pull off a 3rd place finish in the Belgian Osu Cup, falling only to hexi and Mornis, as well as leading the Belgian team as captain once again in OWC 2023. He also participated in other well-known tourneys, having solid runs with varying teams. There certainly are some placements worth mentioning, such as a top 24 finish in Corsair's Open, a 3rd place in Soic's Autumn Cup, and a 2nd place in PNK 2023. The end of the year ended up being a bit brighter for him, as he started setting a flurry of new top lanes to finish the year with 11k PP, whilst also getting a big skill boost in his speed, stamina, and confidence. With this peak in form at the end of the year, 2024 definitely looks promising for Hanori to make a strong comeback to the top.
Mornis is a name we're all too familiar with as one of the country's best. This year though, he went above and beyond, proving that he might as well be the best in the Belgian lands. Throughout the year, he gradually pushed his speed and high AR reading abilities, eventually resulting in multiple speed scores. Meanwhile, his general consistency even netted him a 99.8% FC on Tomiology. This skill push also helped him out a bunch in the Belgian Osu Cup, as he managed to go through the entire winners bracket before eventually losing his first match in the grand finals to Hexi. However, since he came from the winners bracket, he got a second chance of the bracket reset. He gladly took this opportunity and fought hard to eventually win this year's national tournament, earning him a well-deserved first badge. Afterwards, he kept on grinding further throughout the year. All his improvement eventually managed to culminate into an unbelievable S rank on everything will freeze. Mornis is the prime example of someone going above and beyond to reach his goals and improve himself in order to do so, which deservingly puts him at second place in the voting. The coming year looks even more promising than the last for him, and I'll be watching alongside you all to see what this fellow gets up to.
Hexi, the name we've all been expecting to hear in this year's listing, has made it to the first spot. What he's capable of should precede him, as he is the #1 Belgian player in the performance rankings, and deserving of the spot that he is in. Some of the scores Hexi was able to pump out this year were an 811 PP play on the Colors Power Ni Omakasero HDDT at the start of the year, a #1 global SS play with hidden double time with 782 PP on Shinsaku no Shiawase wa Kochira, and an insane 98.88% 5-miss run on Roar of the Jungle Dragon. Sadly getting second place in BOC after winning against Mornis, with which he forced a bracket reset as he came from the losers bracket to then lose out on the win in any tournament this year. He was able to display his dominance in the Belgian scene as the person with probably the highest skill ceiling we have to offer, and that ceiling doesn't seem close to being reached anytime soon. This absolute gamer is not showing any signs of slowing down his grind to become the best there is. The future looks bright as next year will undoubtedly be double as crazy for Hexi as this one.